G'day guys, Brendan here again, take number 2. Let's hope this one works a little bit better. Sorry about the abrupt conclusion there to that last one. We didn't even get off the ground really. So we're going to give this another shot here. And what I'm going to talk about is this crowdfunding campaign we've got going and the GFU, the Global Freedom University, which we're also calling the Truthiversity. And so the topic is here, how do just 2 people build a university? Obviously, it's a huge project, and you'd have to be a little bit one strawberry short of a fruit salad to think that just 1 or 2 people could do this unaided. So here we go. We're going to break down a few of these queries, and let's start with this. Our utopian friends might ask us why we need funding in the first place. Why do you need money? Well, we want to live in a world without money, so what's the go? What's the deal? Well, it's quite simple. It's a full-time job, and it's a massive project that requires a team and teamwork. And the only way it'll get done properly is if we can pay the amazing people helping us to bring it to life. Pardon me, just moving the phone a bit. At the same time, being remunerated for our efforts, obviously, you know, we're working here. So that's basically it in a nutshell. We have a lot of knowledge. We don't have all the expertise between us as 2 people to do it all on our own. And I'm going to address other elements of this question in just a second. So it's also not something for nothing, just so we're clear on that, as every donor who donates $60 or more is automatically enrolled as a student in the GFU, as well as receiving the corresponding rewards packages. Yeah, so you know, even though we want to live in a world without money and do things without money as the intermediary or the middleman, we're not quite there yet. You know, we're heading in that direction. Regarding the crowdsourcing component, if you, for example, wanted to say, give us a free camera that you don't use anymore, you've just got it sitting there gathering dust, we would match you with the corresponding reward package as per the value of the camera. So you wouldn't just be giving us stuff for nothing. That's the crowdsourcing component, which has been a bit probably not as well understood, I guess, or overshadowed by the crowdfunding aspect, which everyone seems to understand a bit more easily. Okay, so question number 2. Do either of you have teaching qualifications, and is this a real university? First of all, we're not attempting to present Global Freedom University as an accredited university, and we don't feel that formal qualifications are overly relevant to such an outside-of-the-box endeavour. I would also add, receiving a teaching qualification is no guarantee necessarily of being an excellent teacher, and most accredited teachers who are out there in the world don't have the knowledge and awareness to teach on the kind of subjects that we're going to be dealing with in the GFU itself. So there's also that issue. How do we know, question number 3, how do we know what information to include in the university? How do we identify truth or good information? And we've been asked this a few times now, so it's definitely worth addressing and talking about. And it's really, you know, it's a simple answer really. We've been doing this multidisciplinary study for many years now. It's allowed us the tools to discern and sort the wheat from the chaff, as they say, and we plan to actually impart those tools to people within the university, rather than merely posing as arbiters of truth who dictate reality to you from an ivory tower or an epistemological safe zone. We won't be doing that. We will obviously be challenging information that is challenging received wisdom, challenging information that has become entrenched as dogma, and we want to expose fallacies, expose logical inconsistencies, and encourage people to actually analyze and break things down rather than simply operating on blind faith and credulity, which is actually what's encouraged massively by the media and also to a large extent in the formal education system itself. You know, this system of truth by authority, imparting information by authority, and you know, believing on the basis of someone's rank or alleged authority or position. Next question. This is a good one, and it was how will I be different how will I be a different human being when I come out the other side of the GFU, so to speak? Well, you will not only just be a lot more knowledgeable and aware, but you'll also be a living example of what the new human will look like. So, to give you an idea of what that is, it's, as far as we're concerned, it's a well-rounded individual who understands why we are in the situation that we're in. It's someone who's heart-connected and empathic and compassionate, someone who's worldly, who has tools and techniques to assess information for themselves, someone who's more independent and more self-sufficient, more intelligent, a more authentic human being who is more humanized, less ego-driven, more confident, able to serve better, to be of service more effectively, and to have a big picture and a detailed awareness, as well as taking meaningful and powerful action in the world. So that's what we intend to be the outcome for the individuals who stick around and go through the whole body of material. Next question: Do I get a certificate or qualification when I finish? No. Currently, there is no mechanism for this. GFU is not an accredited institution, although that may change in the future. It is intended for now, at least, as a grassroots information and community center or hub for learning and world building. And it's going to be utilizing leading edge information, and it's going to be one of a kind, the first functional one of its kind, I would say. So no, you don't get any formal qualifications as such. You get the previously mentioned outcomes. Or you get out what you put in, I guess, is also one part of the answer. So next question, what roles do the two of us play, me and Amy? We are the founders, we are the keepers of the flame, the vision holders. We are going to be the curators of massive amounts of information in here in the university, which is a hell of a job on its own. Also, we'll be in there, writing is one of our major responsibilities, actually writing and putting material together. So we'll be doing that as well. We'll be in there as teachers, lecturers, whatever you want to call them, alongside the others. So Amy and I play a multi-dimensional kind of a role here in the GFU by necessity. So the next question: will there be other teachers? I've just sort of answered that already. Besides Amy and myself, and the answer is absolutely. We are obviously not experts on every area which we'll be providing material on, because no one on the face of the earth could be such an expert. So it's essential in our view to create a sanctuary for expert contributions on many different important subjects. We know a lot of amazing teachers with a lot of material, great material and knowledge and insight to offer, and they'll contribute in different ways and to different extents. For example, we might use their textbooks or a book as a textbook. We might feature an interview or research paper, those kinds of things. There will be different ways that people can contribute their material as teachers or lecturers or contributors. Next question: will you be telling me what to think? Well, there's already enough people out there trying to do that already. We would rather have you think for yourself and help you do that, and help your children do that. And so basically the answer is we'll be encouraging established points of view or beliefs to be critically analyzed and challenged with different information. We will provide information on how to think critically and develop a solid epistemology and reasoning skills. We will not be forcing anything down your throat as such. You can always take it or leave it. Preferably we'll inspire you to take your own investigations further if information or answers leave you with further questions. Obviously, information is forever coming in at increasing rates, increasing volumes, and no one can really keep up with it all. So we do the best we can with a finite viewpoint in a world of essentially infinite information. So the next question, I hope that made sense. I hope that was satisfactory. Let me know if it's not. Throw some questions in the relevant area there on the live call, and let us know, and we'll get back to you and try and nut it out. So the next one was, isn't your information biased because you're alternative? Well, by definition, every single perspective is finite, limited, and biased. That's unavoidable. The difference here is that we are painfully aware of this and seeking to address current imbalances, biases, and censorship in our educational and media systems. At the same time, we're aware of our own biases, and having knowledge of the blind spots and weak points in those other aforementioned systems and outlets gives us a distinct advantage over them in being able to provide relevant information and a multi-pronged, multi-dimensional, balanced point of view. So yes, everyone is biased. The point is that we have such entrenched bias now, such entrenched distortions of reality and inversions of reality, that this kind of a project is necessitated as a remedy. We have to do something about the situation before it gets further out of hand. Next question. How can my enrolling in Global Freedom University also change the world? Well, this platform was created, or is being created, with several key things in mind, one of those being making you a more effective and powerful human being. The world cannot help but be affected by you, whether you realize it or not. Your awareness and choices do actually make an impact, and we want to conduce to you being a more finely tuned and effective change agent. This means having access to excellent information, amazing people, peers and teachers, and mechanisms for translating attained knowledge into pragmatic day-to-day reality. So yes, I mean, if you enroll and you stick around, you go through the material, the lessons, and all that's on offer there, you are going to be a different human being at the end. An enhanced human being is the idea. And obviously, the ripple of, the principle of the ripple effect dictates that you are going to obviously affect the world around you as a result of those shifts in your being. And I think I've answered most of the core questions we wanted to address. So, have any come up there in the feed live? No.
I'm not on the internet.
Yes. Okay. Cool. No worries. All right.
Could ask people.
Well, just throw some questions in there, guys. Let me know. Otherwise, I will end the call here, and look forward to seeing you again shortly. I appreciate your time and the fact that you've joined us here. We're really appreciating your support. We're up now with the funding. We're up over $10,000, so that's awesome. We've got about 6 days to go now, or 5 maybe. I never check that. I'm hopeless at keeping track of the time. But yes, less than a week now, I think, before the campaign is done. So we've done pretty well. We've transcended the initial goal of 7,000, which was done pretty quickly, actually. I think it took about 2 weeks or so, 2 to 3 weeks to do that. And that's all thanks to you guys being out there, sharing and liking and obviously contributing. So thank you again. I appreciate all of that and your support in general. It's fantastic. Yeah, feel free to keep getting that word out there for the last few days of the campaign, guys. And I'm just trying to get back online here, actually. I'm trying to pitter-patter while I get the page up so I can see if anyone's asked any questions I need to respond to. Just give me one moment. Okay, lovely. Cool. I understand there are no questions. That must mean I've been very clear in my explanation, so yay me. And I'll be off then in that case, and we'll talk again soon, guys. Thank you very much. Brendan Murphy for Global Freedom Movement and University, signing out.